recording, yeah? Awesome. Alright. Cool. Alright. Thanks for joining today. It's really nice to be here with all of you, and we're going to talk about a few things that I'm really passionate about today. We're going to talk about people, human beings, and our careers, and things we're going to fulfill or become fulfilled within our lives. And the other part is AI, which I'm absolutely obsessed with, and it's not been any greater time in the history of mankind to be excited about AI, because that's about that, because there's so much happening in space. And so, welcome to the AI generation. What does that mean? That's you guys. You are the AI generation. You are the first generation that's coming into your careers and your workforce in a place that is dramatically changing as a result of the new capabilities that AI is introducing into our work lives as well as personal lives. And it's not just for engineers. It's really not, it is transforming every industry. So it really doesn't matter if you're studying business or healthcare or media, logistics, finance, hospitality. Your careers will be shaped by these new AI tools that come in. And you absolutely don't need to be a coder. Actually, as a matter of fact, that's changed dramatically just the last 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Now, people are starting to think that you might not even, it might not even be raw jobs for coders for that much longer, actually. But if you are a coder, don't worry about that either. You can definitely find ways to be valuable and useful. But you need to be AI aware and future ready. And it's a little bit, so this is a really big revolution that's happening. It's like in the 1900s where when we introduced electricity, and suddenly everything moved from steam engines and stuff into, we could suddenly produce so many more things, tools, etc. in our lives. And the ones that learn how to use this first will come. So a little bit about us, which ends up being a little bit about me as well. So I came to Singapore. So 3 things that I knew when I was really, really young, for some reason, was that I wanted to start a company. I wanted to live in Asia. And for some crazy reason, really, really early in life, I wanted my wife to be from Asia as well. And all of those three things has happened. And my daughters are actually going to play in one of the games here tomorrow as well. So they're twin daughters from Singapore and Swedish. And I came to Singapore in 1996 as an exchange student, so I'm super old. And one of the first batches to study from Sweden here in Singapore. And that's where I learned to know Stefan and Philip, the guys that were organizing this floorball tournament, because they were bringing floorball into Singapore at that time to the universities. I ended up playing with them, which is super fun. And then, for some strange reason, my parents got equally passionate about floorball as well. So I got into, very early in my career, I studied engineering computers, but I said I was better talking to people than computers. And I got into recruitment and search relatively early in my career. Worked for some of the big firms, was part of some smaller firms, and then I started my own together with a business partner in 2018, January. And we wanted to build a world-leading executive search and advisory firm that was specializing in tech and AI, in particular for startups, scale-ups, digital natives, and based headquartered in Singapore, but with a worldwide reach. And we are, one of the key things that we're very passionate about is to help people to thrive in the AI world. So, if we're going to think a little bit about our careers as, in this AI era, if you like, careers are no longer linear. What does it mean? It's very unlikely. It's very common that you start as an accountant and become a senior accountant and then a finance manager and then finance director eventually if you're continuing to progress. That's no longer likely to be the case. You're much more likely to build a set of general skills and move horizontally between different types of job roles. And this is such an exciting time because this may be the first time if it is the first time when the generations come into the workforce, and you actually can't absolutely with certainty say that you're going to be engineers, lawyers, and doctors 10 or 15 years from now. There might be completely different jobs, or those jobs will look completely different to what they do today. And that wasn't the case 10, 15 years ago. 50 years ago, we knew that definitely there would be accountants, there would be doctors, there would be lawyers, etc. So AI will automate many tasks, but will that mean that you will lose your jobs? No, not at all. It means that it's also going to create more space for human qualities, for creativity, for meaningful work. A lot of the boring stuff that we are stuck with and spend many hours in a day with will be taken away by AI. We just have more time and space for human interaction, etc. So I think some of the things are super important to think about, almost rather than even what kind of job do I want to do, what excites me, what are the problems that I want to solve, what's my unique value, in life and work, what can I contribute to it? And honestly, it's amazing how big the overlap is between your superpowers and what you're really good at and what you really love doing. So think about the things that you gravitate towards. When you have some extra time, apart from maybe TikTok and stuff, when you have some extra time, what do you gravitate towards doing? What do you really enjoy doing? That's very likely to be linked to, you're going to find your superpowers in that direction. So, we think about how can we kickstart our career in this new world that we're living in. So a few things we're going to quickly look at is how do you future-proof your skill set, your skills? How do you build your digital presence into this world? How do you build a CV? I've got a couple of good CVs already here today, so that's very nice. And really nice ones. And how do you run a job search when you're going to go out now after when you finished your study? And how can AI help you and assist you in this process? So regardless of discipline, focus on building. So almost, in my advice would be really in summary like this, I don't really care what job that you want to go for. I'm not that interested in trying to guide you and give advice on that, because quite frankly, I don't know what's going to be the big jobs 10 years, 15 years, 5 years from now even. But what I know, or what I have very strong conviction on, is that if you have built AI literacy, so you're really good at using AI to help you in whatever thing that you're going to do, you are going to do well. You're going to be needed in the future workforce. So experiment with ChatGPT, all the other new tools that are coming out, whether it's Perplexity for answers and other things. Get comfortable using AI. There's a lot of, the next thing that is coming out now is AI agents that will start to help us to actually execute tasks, book things, plan things, etc. Get really comfortable using those things. I encourage my daughters to use a lot of ChatGPT as well to help with studies, not to cheat with studies, but to help. So to create maybe additional exam questions. You can feed the exam questions in that you already have to ChatGPT and ask it, build more exam questions, maybe help me to focus to learn more about this particular area because I didn't have so many questions. Give me good answers to that as well so I can understand more and talk me through it, right? So that it can be an incredible companion, both studying and at work. And these are some of the things that are not going to disappear. They're going to become even more important. Communication and collaboration skills, to be able to work together with teams of people. Critical thinking and problem solving, that again is going to be needed, even if it is to check that the AI has actually thought about it properly and has come up with an answer that makes sense. So you're not going to abdicate that to AI. And adaptability and the growth mindset is super important, because then you're going to be ready to move with the changes that are happening. So AI can really be your co-pilot both in studying and in life and at work. So in terms of LinkedIn, or building a digital presence, LinkedIn is super important. That's like your online business card or online CV even. So make sure that you work on setting up a good profile with a photo, and it makes a big difference. You should always have a photo, set the setting if you're not very uncomfortable with it, so that everybody can see your photo as well. There's different settings that you can do, but a picture says more than 1,000 words. It is super fun. I do this as a profession. I actually do read a lot of signals from the photo as well. Just how someone present themselves, serious or smiley, etc. And a strong headline that is very clear, a clear summary in the beginning that states, what you're doing, what you want to do, and what you've done so far. And then so I would say this is about information. Present yourself clearly and well, position yourself well. This is about being, participating and sharing. So your experience, post things about what you've learned and stuff as well. And then this is about engaging with companies and with leaders out there. If you start that now, if you're in your final year now, don't delay this. Get started with this already if you haven't already, and then you can. You're going to be in a much better position already when you start to actively look for a job. Other platforms to look at, there's lots of community platforms. There's just a few, and I'm more familiar with the tech stuff. There's GitHub and Kaggle. GitHub is for developers, engineers mostly. It is mostly for data scientists. Medium is a little bit of, the reason why I brought it in there is with a lot of startup and tech and fintech and these kind of things. People write a lot about that here. And for creatives, Behance is a really big one that Adobe has acquired. YouTube, of course, we all know about that, and Instagram. And then try to join online events, again, comment and engage in these different forums. So be part of the community. So the CV is a very peculiar document because it's actually like a combination of a sales brochure and a product spec. A product specification is super boring. I mean, men are always accused of not reading them at all. They're dabbling around with things and mess it up. And then my wife says, but you could just read it here. This is how it works. But product specs are factual but boring, and very few people read them. Sales brochures are glossy and fun and exciting, but very little substance. And you want both in a CV. You want something that is attractive and catching, but at the same time has really good facts. So it needs to catch someone's interest, but then you also need to tell what's my specifications, what's my skills that I'm bringing to the table. And it needs to be really clear. So beautifully designed, not over-designed, data-driven, has a clear story. It should be very easy to read. People are time-poor and information-rich now. Lots of information, very little time. So if it takes me more than 30 seconds to understand who you are, you'll probably end up on the side and I might not come back to you, as a hiring manager, or even as a headhunter recruiter like me. So it's very important that you get the message across quickly. And there is a process to this, and there are many different processes. One that we use, and I've used myself as well, and I recommend many senior executives to use as well, is somewhat like this. To download all your raw experience without judgment first, big document with just lots of experience, and then group it by categories, refine it after, because here you use no judgment, no critical thinking, just download. Here you start to now apply critical thinking to take away the things that are not adding value, that's unnecessary information, just noise. Keep the best stuff, and then you polish the final creation. And then the job search is actually a sales process. It's sales. It's really, you're selling yourself, and selling is actually, that it's been explained to me, and that I like the way that I like to see selling the most is, what I'm trying to do is to find people that need help with things that I can help them with. That's what sales are. I'm not trying to push anything. That's the wrong way of selling. When a person in a shop is hard selling me, I walk out. Even if they have the product I want on sale, I'm like, no, I don't want this. I'd rather go to the other shop instead. So it's about selling in terms of finding companies that need help with things we can help them with. So build a target list of companies, reach out, follow up, build momentum. Don't be scared of rejection, or don't take it personally. It's not that they don't want you, they just don't have need for these type of skills or whatever. It's not personal. And stay visible, stay proactive. Activities drive results, so you have to have activities. Build a spreadsheet and have many companies that you want to reach out to, and then start to take actions on them and track it and follow up regularly. So where does AI fit into this? So you can use it in almost every area. You can use it to help you to write better CVs, prepare for interviews. Just ask anything you want to do it. Tell me more about this company. How many people are there in Singapore? What's their plans? Any news, updates? Any way that I could position myself to them, etc. And it can help you to plan your job search, research industries, write proposals, or maybe in a job search context, more like a cover letter, and can help you to build your portfolios if you're in a creative area, for example. But only you can bring you to the process. AI can't replace that and won't do that. Your heart, your passion, your values, and your grit, that will come from you, and that will continue to be the case. So some of the thoughts in terms of, again, advice into future careers and stuff. Follow what energizes you. Don't worry about what looks good on paper. And it's not your career. It's not a destination. It's a journey. It's a journey, and enjoy every bit of it, and be present in all of it. And look for companies and leaders that resonates with you. And we're gonna have lots of them out here today and tomorrow with all these Swedish companies. Many of them, most of them, have amazing cultures and really look out, put people-based center in the organizations. Like Mercury Revolve we spoke about earlier today as well, or just now. Be curious, be considerate, be courageous. Go out there and learn and try things and test. Life and careers are not that dangerous. You can't fail that badly. You can't, even if you make mistakes, it will be okay. And then use AI as a tool, but let your humanity lead the way. And let's build a career that you're going to be proud of. If you want these CV writing tips, that we built a little deck that helps you to write the CV, then drop me a note on my email here, and we'll send you that slide deck as well that can be helpful. And then anything that you want to know about careers in the AI tech, fintech, internet space, feel free to reach out. And thank you for listening to me babbling. And if you have any questions and stuff, I'm happy to take any questions. They can be about your careers, or about our company, or about Swedish companies, or about me, or life in general. Thank you. Anything? Any questions? Yes.
Hi, I'm Anushka. I completed my Master's in Management at SFU. And I specialize in sustainability and also have some internship experience with sustainability. So most of the companies that I spoke to them said that sustainability is not exactly headquartered in Singapore, it's mostly headquartered. So how do you suggest for someone like me who's interested in that space, how do I navigate it in Singapore or in Asia?
Good question, Anushka, right? Yeah, very good question. And so first, I would say, don't get disheartened by the change in like winds and stuff that's happening in the world now, where sustainability is not as much in the focus as it was before, because I think most of us believe that the climate change is real, and if we don't look after this planet in a good way, it won't be the same planet for us and new generations to live on. So I think that this is a trend that I think it will come back. The importance of sustainability will not go away. And I think that there are also a lot of local companies, great local companies that have sustainability initiatives and sustainability job roles, and I would definitely look at them. Potential starting point. There are startups that are focusing on sustainability solutions, whether it's green energy or methods or models of data platforms that helps companies to collect the data and guarantee or to map themselves towards sustainability regulations or recommendations and this kind of thing. So there are many different ways, even if the international companies might not have the opportunities here, I think you can get started in local companies and startups, etc. The most important thing is to stay true to what you want to do and just get in. And actually, don't worry so much about just get into sustainability. Don't worry so much about which company, which job at this stage. All of that will take care of itself. You're going to start to perform and learn, and you will go from there. And that's just the first company. It could be the one that's right for you to belong to, but it might also just be a starting point to take you to the next one.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Other questions? Anyone? Yes.
So hi, my name is Kel. I am in the creative industry and I edit videos. So my company that I'm working with right now, they're trying to look into AI and how we can simplify editing videos using AI. And I have this trouble of like trusting AI to edit videos and for example like captions or like adding subtitles. I have trouble doing that. So what is your advice for someone who's like trying to get into AI and sort of trust AI to do its job for us?
Yeah. So,
Cal,
yeah. No, thanks. Great question. So actually, I would almost reframe it. I would say, don't wait until you can trust it in order to do it. Don't worry about trusting it. You untrust it as much as you want. Don't trust it, but start using and experimenting with it. And you will be the one that makes the decisions on it and checking it and correcting it, etc. But start using different. I don't know now particularly about the video, but how good the OpenAI models are. But for example, Gemini has just come out with a new model, Google's model, can take in hours of video and learn it, understand it, give you suggestions on it, comment on it, and perhaps even edit and stuff, and certainly captions.
Leah, I'm here. Yeah.
Oh, your number is
So I would just say yes. So don't worry about trusting it. Don't just experiment with it and learn what it can do for you and where it has its strengths and where it has its weaknesses, because there's still a lot of gaps in the AI tools as well. But then the more you do that now, because the tools are developing so quickly, so if you get comfortable with them now, and you know what's good and bad with them, and then when they become more powerful, you can just use them more and more. Eventually, you will know what they can do so well, so that you will sort of trust them. You know what they can do and what they can't do.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, great question.
Thank you.
I think she's signaling a lot from outside
Yes.
How long
yes.
are you here today? Where can I go and ask you more questions if I want to?
All right, today I'm going to be here all day tomorrow, but today I'm going to have to leave relatively soon, unfortunately, maybe in the next 30 minutes or so. But I'll be around, probably around where Stefan was going to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grabbing there. And if
Cool.
you want to stay for the next one, you stay. This is
Yeah.
Oscar Wickman from Scania.
Oh, cool. I would say.
Cool. All right, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
She's here.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too. Good luck with everything. And use AI. Just experiment
I
with
will
it.
try it. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
I hope you do my
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Are you staying for Scania?
Yeah.
Ja, det är jättekul. Det är jättekul.